The NFL season is going strong, and DraftKings Sportsbook is hooking new customers up with an offer that's even stronger. Bet $5 on any game this week to score $200 instantly in bonus bets. And DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of a sweetener offer every game day this October. Get in on game day greatness. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Shannon. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets when you bet $5 on the NFL. That's code Shannon only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. Hello again, and we're back. Welcome to another episode of Nightcap. I am your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 85, Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Please hit the button below, subscribe, the big button on your screen to make sure you subscribe, to make sure you're alerted every time that we're on. Let's jump right into it, Ocho. The Bills hang on and beat the Giants 14-9. Daniel Jones was out. Tyrod Taylor came in and acquitted himself very well tonight. What was your takeaway from this game?
My takeaway from the game was obviously the Giants did what they needed to do offensively and defensively. Not enough to get the W. Having a chance at the end, obviously clock management when they had to kick a field before the half. The clock management was very bad before the half.
Right.
They should have.
Yeah, because I want to know. I'm thinking the same thing you're thinking.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, what was the call? Because we saw a similar call earlier this year with Baltimore,
right,
where they didn't want to snap the ball. They ended up snapping, and they turned the ball over, and they don't get a chance at the field goal.
Right.
Because now instead of trying for a touchdown to win the game, you kick a field goal and you win the game. So I would like to hear Brian Daboll talk about that. What transpired? What and Tyrod? What was he thinking?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were thinking, but that one play in a football game, there's 65 to 70 plays. There are about 2 or 3 plays in a game that determine the outcome, and the mess up before the half and not being able to kick a field goal or at least score a touchdown is the reason why it went down to the wire the way it did. Obviously, they weren't able to convert and get a touchdown at the end, but it was a good game. It was a good game, and the fact that Daniel Jones wasn't playing, Saquon was back. Saquon ran the ball extremely well. I don't have a stat line because obviously the game just said I don't have a stat line, but Tyrod did what he could do and gave the Giants a chance.
Yeah, these coaches got to get out of their own way. Because all of a sudden now everybody wants to prove that how smart they are and go for it on fourth down and making it about themselves. We saw this in the Oregon game. He made it about himself. Punt that football. Do not give that ball back to Washington in that situation. And we keep seeing Pete Carroll. What the hell are you thinking? Take the field goal. Your defense is playing really well. You could, after those first 2 drives, you guys did a number on the Bengals defense, on the Bengals offense.
Yeah.
Take the points there, and now you're going down to kick a field goal to win the game instead of getting the ball, instead of trying to get a touchdown to win the game, considering how bad you were in the red zone all day long.
Right.
These coaches, everybody, well, I'm trying to run time off the clock, and, I don't want to give them the ball back. Bro, if you give them the ball back and they go get a touchdown or field goal, get in field goal range with 5-6 seconds, well, you need to put that on your DC. You need to put that on your defensive players to do a better job. But I need to know what Tyrod. I need to hear Brian Daboll and I need to hear Tyrod Taylor explain to me what the thought process was and what the call that came in. Because there's no way in hell I'm running that football. Yeah. Because I already know, Ocho, there's only 9 seconds.
Right.
You're not going to get another play. First of all, down there, if they tackle you, you're not going to get another playoff if there's 15 seconds.
Right. They and actually before the half, they wouldn't let Tyrod Taylor up anyway. They wouldn't let him up.
No.
They wouldn't even let
anybody up.
And then I also would like the question I want to ask you. I want to double back to you and ask you, in that situation, it reminded me of the Seahawks game. Obviously, with Russell Wilson, you had Marshawn Lynch in the back. With the Super Bowl on the line, what would you have done in that situation if you were the ball? Would you have actually thrown that, or would you hand it off to Saquon since he had success all game?
No, but here's the difference. In the Seattle situation in the Super Bowl,
Right.
they let the Patriots dictate. What they did is they brought their goal line personnel.
Right.
They brought, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they brought in 6 down line. They brought in I think they jumped into a 53 front.
Right.
5 down linemen. I don't care because guess what? It's only second down, and I still got a timeout go. So if I don't get it, I can call time out if I need to. I probably won't. I'm gonna let the time tick. Right. And now on third down, hey, see what happened on fourth down if I need that.
Right.
In these situations, coaches are overthinking it. Analytics department has ruined the game, has ruined sports because they say, well, if you do this, you got a 50% chance of losing. But it doesn't take into account momentum. And what if all it gives you is like, if you go for it here, this is what happens. If you score here, this is what happens. Right. But what about the tide turning? What about the momentum in the ball game? It doesn't factor in that. And so these coaches are getting in their own way. I will say this. Darren Waller was interfered with on both of those plays.
Right, but
that was a PI at the end.
Can you call? You can't call that twice now. Come on.
I will make him call. I'm gonna make him call it.
You can't call that twice though. Not in that situation. Not in that situation.
But let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Did he get held?
Yeah. But this is the thing about it, Shannon. This is the thing about it. Listen, the refs could be picky. They could be picky. Do you know you can call a holding play on every play?
Yes.
On every play. Whether it's the linemen, whether it's the DBs, there's always something going on every play. So there's certain times in certain situations you just can't throw that flag back to back like that. Allow the Giants already got they got their one. You got your one. You got your first pass.
But let me ask you a question. But see, here's the thing. Here's what my pushback. It's only a one-man route. It's right there, the back judge. You holding the guy right there in front of the back judge, Ocho. It's like, man.
Listen, as much as I want the Giants to win that, you can't give them that call twice in a row. You can't. You can't
wouldn't have been Ocho. What is giving a call is the call, and we're going to discuss this a little later, is that what Gibson Jr. got, or Gibson Sr. got in the Cleveland 49ers game. That was a gifted call because it didn't hit him in the neck. He didn't hit him in his head. Yeah. He didn't hit anything. And they call unnecessary roughness. In this situation, the only thing I will say about Waller, they're coming in. You're supposed to sell the run. You got more time than you think.
Right.
In television, if you read the prompter, they always tell you. I remember when I took classes, even though I didn't think I was going to have to read the prompter, but sometimes I do. They say, Shannon, you have more time than you think.
Right.
When he came with that crack motion with Darius Slate, now, and if they're like, oh, this is about to be a run. I'll block down one because I know it's a pass. They don't know what it is.
Right.
1,001, 1,002. All I need him to do is to put his eyes on the back or put his eyes somewhere.
A split second.
Now I'm behind it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. All I need him to do is hesitate. I'm not going to go to him. I'm going to block down to make him think we're trying to crack the ball to Saquon.
Right.
All he had to do was take time. I thought he went too quick.
Right.
And he didn't sell it enough.
And he ran out a little bit of real estate too. So again, I
that's why you slow down, because think about it, Ocho. That's why you slow down.
Right.
Where you gonna go? It's not a play like you're in the middle of the field and you run that play, because now you got room to run. You only got 10 yards.
So again, I don't know. You might have answered it, but I didn't hear you. So if you were the ball in that situation, would you have gone with that same play, with the pass play to Waller, or would you have run it with Saquon since he was successful running the ball all night?
I really don't have a problem with the call. The only problem that I have and I'm saying the extra, because I thought it was a great play call. We see this play a lot where you try to leak the tight end out. But the only thing is, I thought Waller went too quick. And you get that sometimes because it's only 2 seconds. We only got one crack at this. But take your time. Take your time. And that's the one thing that John and I would always discuss in meetings. He's like, they would say, okay, Shannon, we want you to go 12 to 14. And I would ask John, what are you thinking on this route?
Right.
He said, give me 12. Give me 12 in practice, because I know you're going to speed it up in the game. So now I'm telling Darren Waller, hey, a 1 count, give me a 2 count, because I know you're going to speed it up in the game. That's the only thing. If I could give him any advice, you got more time than you think.
Right.
But I thought the Giants played well. I thought Wink Martindale did a great job of confusing Josh Allen, doing a great job of disguising things. I thought they played well. They played well enough to win that game. Tyrod Taylor did not embarrass himself. Having Saquon back obviously helped the offense. Darius Slayton made some big-time catches. A lot of guys made big-time catches tonight.
Jalen Hyatt.
Jalen Hyatt made a big-time catch. But I think sometimes, and we saw this today, we saw the Bills struggle. We're talking about the Eagles. They lost to 49ers. Sometimes you look at an opponent, especially when you're 5-0.
Right.
And they're struggling. You look at them and they're without their best player. They're without Deshaun on offense, or they're without the all-pro running back, Nick Chubb. And you look at them, or you look at the Jets, they're like, well, they don't have Aaron Rodgers, and they're without Sauce. I don't think Sauce played today either.
Nah, Sauce didn't play now.
So, and you look at that Ocho, and you're like, oh, we got them in the bag. But I'll give Mike Shanahan a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Because he and Gary Kubiak, who's the offensive coordinator, they would show us, even if a team was bad.
Right.
He said, see, and they would show us great plays that the defense had made. He said the only problem is they're just not consistent.
Right.
He said, don't let them get consistent against us today.
Right.
And so that's what you have to reinforce is that, hey, this is a good team. Hey, I understand they lost the game. They're 2-2, or they were this and that. But don't let them put that consistency together against us. And plus, the Giants finished 0-5 in the red zone. You see, you lose games by kicking field goals.
Right.
You win games and possibly championships by scoring touchdowns.
I'm glad you just said that. So now that you see the way the Giants have played, opposed to how they looked against everybody else, do you think a quarterback change is necessary? Being that they had such a great opportunity to win today's game, and they played well, and Tyrod Taylor did things that he needed to do to make sure he didn't lose the game for the team, but gave them a chance at the end. Would you make a quarterback change at this point?
I would not. Let me tell you why. It's easy for the guy to come in for one game because there's not a whole lot of film on him.
Right.
Now we're going to get some game tape on him. Now we got a game to see what they like to do with Tyrod. Tyrod did a great job of getting the ball out of his hands. He did a great job. If it's not there, taking off and run. He did a great job of getting the ball out of his hands. I wouldn't make the quarterback change just yet. Let's see how it plays out. But he did look good. Yeah. I thought the offensive line blocked a little better than what they normally do against Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is like, hey, bro, can I get some of that, guys? I mean, just a little. They got two guys tied for giving up the second most sacks, and another guy, the right tackle, that's tied for giving up the second most pressures. It's hard to win. It's hard to play that position.
Right.
When you got three of your offensive linemen are shooting bad.
Right.
Three of your offensive linemen shooting real bad. Man. It's hard to win games like that.
Yeah, I got you.
Let's go. The 49ers lose to the Browns 19-17. My take went viral because I said I did not believe Brock Purdy was elite.
Right.
And Ocho, we've got to stop this notion.
Right.
Our quarterback's on a team, they win, he's elite. We've got to stop. We normally guys had to put the string together some years.
Consistency.
Guys had to string together MVP season, or guys had to go to Pro Bowls. Guys had to be all pro. Now a guy have a good 2-3 game stretch. Oh, he's elite. It's okay. Look, there's 32 quarterbacks.
Yes,
it's okay. You got the elites and you got the middle of the pack, and you got guys that are just guys.
Right.
Just because your guy is an elite, that doesn't mean he's a bum. People were saying, "Oh, you tried to say block." I didn't say that. I'm just saying I haven't seen enough to declare him elite.
Well, you know what's hard to do? It's hard to declare him elite based on the supporting cast he has around him. He has a superior supporting cast around him. Your offensive line, your receivers, the running back you have. Now, let's say if you were to take Brock Purdy and put him in a different position, put him in a different team where he didn't have the repertoire, the arsenal that he has over there with the 49ers, will he still be able to be consistent with his play week in and week out? That lets you know whether you're elite or not. I think that's the way I judge some of the top tier quarterbacks. You can take Patrick Mahomes and put him anywhere on any of the other 31 teams, and you know what you're gonna get. The same thing with Josh Allen. They are playmakers that make the players around them much better. Now, I'm not sure what Brock Purdy does with the 49ers offense, because the players that he has surrounding him are just that great. These aren't your average dudes. They're top tier dudes, at every position over there.
Right. I agree with you. Purdy was 12 of 27. He completed 44% of his passes, 125 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interceptions. And that's all that I'm saying. And we saw how he looked when Christian McCaffrey exited the game, when Debo exited the game. That's your opportunity.
Right.
When guys, because we saw Patrick Mahomes go win the Super Bowl, and they took the most dangerous man in football away from him, Tyreek Hill. He went to and won the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's what eliteness is. Tom Brady is elite because we see him, no matter who's out there on the field, he's going to be great. Yeah, he's not going to win every game, but you look at Tom Brady and you're like, okay, he's elite. Peyton Manning is elite.
Right.
I mean, look, everybody elite. We got to stop throwing around in greatness. We too freely elite. He's great because he made a play or they won a few games. It doesn't work like that, people.
But he is very good, and the fact that he had to go against a Jim Schwartz defense that is the real deal. The boys are real deal. Obviously, listen, the Browns ain't no pushover, regardless of what regardless of what their record may show.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
When have we ever said it? When have an elite quarterback ever worried about the defense he was going up against? You see what you just did? That told you right there he's not elite. Because
I see what you're doing.
You never said that about Tom Brady.
Right,
you never said that about Peyton Manning. You've never said that about Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Right. Because elite, hey, you the best. Hey, if I'm the best pitcher in the major leagues, I want to face the best hitters. I don't say, well, hey, he got some good stuff, but he definitely don't want to play. He don't want to face Shohei Ohtani, or he don't want to face Aaron Judge or Mike Trout.
Right.
Nah. And so look, I thought that unnecessary roughness penalty on the receiver. I don't know about that, Ocho. Now, unless they said he launched himself, and I don't think he launched himself because it was just, I mean, he turned, he didn't hit him in his head, he didn't hit him in his neck area. He just, and I know it's a bang play, but every big hit is not unnecessary roughness. Damn, it's football.
I think I understand the call itself, unnecessary roughness, pass interference, every other call. It's just too much inconsistency in it. It's too much inconsistency in it, and it's costing people games. It's costing people money, obviously, on the back end. I understand what the NFL is trying to do, trying to protect the players, but it's getting to a point where it's so inconsistent at times where the call isn't even a call, where the game of football is not even the game of football to this point. And it's ruining games, it's costing teams games, and it could hurt you on the back end, you know, when you lose a game that you need later on because of a call that really shouldn't have been called. And it's happening too much.
In today's game, what it's allowed people to do is what it's allowed things to happen is that guys with a lot less courage is able to play this game because they've taken the physicality out of it, because they've taken the intimidation out of it.
That's a good
because one. All these, until I started leaving the game, I ain't never heard of no three-step slant route. A three-step slant route, and you got Ray Lewis, or you had Singletary, or you had like John Offerdahl.
You don't want none of that.
They would split your dome. Man, hey, you got that? No. It's like a defensive receiver. I never heard of those. I never heard defenseless. They're like, bro, you got a helmet and shoulder pads. How you defenseless? They didn't see you out there naked.
Listen, it's a different ball game. Today's game is extremely different. I don't think they understand how good they have it. I think about the 2000s. With your Ray Lewis's, your Air Reed, your Troy Polamalu's, Steve Atwater, Donovan Darius, Bob Sanders, Sean Taylor, the people where it made you think twice. You know you got to go across the middle, but you're thinking twice before you got to. Soon as when you coming off the line and you trying to see where they are before you make your cut, so you know when to brace or you know when to get down and make that business decision. Yeah, it was different. It was different. It wasn't no pretty one hand catches. Wasn't no pretty. Hey, one
over the middle. Whoa. You want to profile with?
Okay. Shit.
You might do it. You might do. I tell you what. You might do it. You might do it in the first quarter, but I guarantee you would never do it again. I mean, in the 90s, think about we had Mark Carrier, we had Rodney Harrison, we had Ronnie Lott, we had Steve Atwater, we had Eddie Anderson, we had Joey Browner. Eddie Anderson hit a dude so hard, and then he WWE'd, he counted him out. 1, 2, 3. That's what guys were doing.
Yeah.
Those safeties back then, they were big safeties. They're not these move safeties. They wasn't worried about no covering.
Right.
They was coming downhill.
Yeah.
They were playing shell high safeties, and they dare you.
Yeah.
They dare you to run over. They dare you to run a far. What?
Listen, if you don't catch the ball, they're gonna leave you with something to take back to the huddle.
Because that's all you wanted to do. Because football, in its purest form, was about intimidation.
Yeah.
It's about intimidation. Oh, you caught that one in the first one, but come third quarter, like, oh, you got gate. Now nobody got gate arm. Everybody extended. Everybody want to catch you with one hand, Ocho. Everybody want to do a selfie. Everybody doing selfie catches now.
Yeah. It's different.
Going across the middle, if the quarterback didn't put it in your numbers, hey. I ain't want that one. I ain't want that one. We'll get the next one.
But listen, like they did say, man, it's to protect the players.
It is. I get it.
It's for safety.
It is.
But
I get
it. The game has changed. It's not the same anymore.
It's
not the
same.
same.
But let's not take away from the fact the 49ers got beat by P.J. Walker. Now, we can dress all this up. We can say this. We can say that. That wasn't Patrick Mahomes on the other side.
Right.
That wasn't one of these top flight quarterbacks. That was a journeyman quarterback that's been on how many teams? 7, 8, 9, 10, 13? He's been on a host of different teams.
Right.
Oh, my bad. That's Josh Johnson's been on all those teams. But he's been on teams. He's played in a lot of different leagues.
Right.
Bro, that's who beat you.
Yeah. But also, you can't discredit the defense, what the defense was able to do. You got to understand, now, the Brown defense, they rank fourth in the league. They don't allow nothing but 15 points a game.
Right.
15 points a game. I don't know what Jim Shorts is over there feeding them young fellas, man, especially the secondary. That goddamn Denzel Ward, man.
We'll see what they can do when you can pressure. You can do a lot of things in the secondary. You can mask a lot of things. And Jim Schwartz is a pressure guy. He's going to come. Now, he has Myles Garrett on one side, so they can generate pressure with a 4. But Schwartz likes to bring pressure. He has no problem bringing pressure.
Right.
And so in a situation like that, when you got a defense like what the 49ers are, the last thing your quarterback can do is turn the ball
over. Yeah.
See, that's what got him in trouble, is that when he turned the ball over and he gave him life.
Right.
So now all of a sudden you put that defense, hey, punt the ball. Hey, long as we don't turn it over, they can't beat us.
Yeah.
We make them make the mistakes, not us. Because here's the thing, Ocho, and you know this very well. When you are a better team and you turn the ball over, one or two things happen. Either you go down to the level of the competition you play in, or you bring them up to your level. One of the two is going to happen when you turn the ball over. And that's what we saw today. Go ahead.
I got another question for you real quick, because you understand the landscape a little better than me. I'm not sure the casual fan will understand what I'm asking you, but I'm going to ask you anyway because you have the expertise. Do you think the Browns personnel, even with Debo and CMC going out, do you think the Browns personnel is fared much better than other teams to play against the 49ers, as just like the Bills versus the Dolphins? The defense, the personnel is better suited to play against the Dolphins the same way the Browns were against the Eagles. You think that comes into play a little bit? Just
it does, but he didn't have
you
those.
You get what I'm saying, though, right?
I get exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
You got a personnel that can pressure your quarterback.
Right.
First of all, they neutralized the run. They shut Christian McCaffrey off before he went out of the ball game. So now we shut the run off. Now we know you got to throw the football and we can pressure you.
Right.
And so now without Debo, now without Christian McCaffrey, now we've taken two of your most dangerous threats away. So now, really, who am I worried about? I'm worried about Kittle. I'm worried about Ayuk.
Right.
I take Denzel Ward. You got Ayuk. And now, if I need to, I can bracket a Kittle.
Yeah. Or vice versa.
Or vice versa.
Right.
So that's what they were able to do, because they've taken away a lot. You take away C-Mac and you've taken away Debo. Eagles go to the lose to the Jets. And Ocho, I've been telling you, a lot of times people are just concerned about the destination and they don't think about the journey. I'm something like a meteorologist, because I'm trying to predict, because I'm seeing things. Now, I told y'all, I said, the whole year, I said, Jalen Hurts hasn't played well. They're winning. They're winning. They're winning. They're winning.
Mm-hmm.
I say, but winning masks a lot of things. I said,
Mm-hmm.
the worst thing you can do is win because but we won. And I had to get out of that mindset. And again, thanks to Mike Shannon, because I remember I had 100 first game, 1995, Ocho.
Mm-hmm.
We played the Buffalo Bills. I had 10 for 180 opening night. At the time, it was like the fourth or fifth best opening day receiving game in history.
Right.
And Steve Antonopoulos, who's the athletic trainer, came and tapped me on the shoulder in the meeting and said, Mike wanted to see me. So I thought, hey, Mike, because I had off-season surgery. I didn't get a chance to really do a whole lot in training camp. I'm like, Mike was going, I think Mike going to praise me because he had been riding me pretty hard because it wasn't in OTAs. I couldn't practice because I had surgery. He said, what's up, 84? I said, hey, Mike, how you doing? I got a smile. I said, yeah, Mike, better give me some love. I was offensive player of the game.
Right,
so, I'm going to get that love.
Right.
I sit down. He said, he cut the tape on. Miss block.
Ooh.
Lobe. not getting in and out of my break.
Right.
He said 84. He said 84, that's not good enough.
Mm.
He said, I'll never accept anything in a win I wouldn't in a loss. Think about what I just said, Ocho. Yeah. He said, I will never accept anything in a win I wouldn't in a loss. Had we lost that game, that effort wouldn't have been good enough. Right. And if it's not good enough in a loss, it's not good enough in a win.
I like that.
That was 1995, and I never forgot those words.
Yeah.
I told y'all Jalen Hurts wasn't playing well, but because he was winning, y'all let it skate. The man has more interceptions this year in 6 games than he had all of last year in 17. But now, every time I try to tell you something, Ocho, when you and I talk, you have a level of expertise. I have a level of expertise.
Yes, sir.
I try to, the viewer, the listener, what I try to do is says, look, I'm telling you through 14 years in a lot of meetings and being around a lot of great minds, these are some minefields that I see with my eye. Because when I watch the game, Ocho, I'm not seeing that. I don't care that they scored. I don't get excited when a team score. I need to know why. Okay, what did you do? What was the formation? Okay, what was the defense in? And so now I can analyze, okay, this guy made a mistake. No, he made a mistake. He was supposed to be here. He was supposed to be there. And I've been trying to tell people, I say, guys, the record, I understand winning, but there's some minefields that you're gonna get blown up on if you're not careful. And lo and behold, it happened today. 28 of 45, 280, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Jets for defense force, 4 turnovers, had a couple of other interceptions that they dropped.
Right. What
did you see? What was one of the main takeaways that you took from this game?
Well, what I took away from the game was obviously the defense. Jalen Hurts didn't play well. At some point, you're going to get a game like this, and you say he hasn't been playing well to your standard, the standard that we hold of Jalen Hurts that went to the Super Bowl just not long ago. We hold him to a higher standard with him being one of the best. Obviously, him getting a big deal, big contract, all this. So a lot comes with that. With that. So they've been able to mask some of the things that haven't been going well with him because they are winning. Because winning cures everything. But on the inside, some of the things that we can see as former players that have played the game, we can see the small holes or the small discrepancies that will creep up on you and bite you. You know what? It happened tonight. The turnovers, obviously. If you were the betting man, if you was the gambling man, anybody that's gambling or betting man, I'm sure they probably had the Eagles to win because they were playing the Jets.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I'm sure everybody lost some money. Everybody probably lost some money.
Yes.
But again, it needs to be fixed. I don't need to go into detail on what it is, but it needs to be done.
What the thing is that when you play a team like the Jets, they're a little challenged offensively. Defensively is very, very good. They pride themselves on taking the ball away. So in that mindset, don't turn it over.
Right.
Don't give them short fields. Don't allow their crowd to get into the game. Make them beat us. Right. Make them drive the football. Everything that I'm sure they talked about, they did the opposite.
Right.
What did they do? Turn the ball over. What else did they do? Allow the team to get into it. And so Zach, now all Zach Wilson has to do is now I don't have to, as long as I don't turn the ball over or give you scooping scores, we're going to be fine.
Yeah. What's his name? What's his name again?
Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Make sure you say it loud and proud too, baby. Zach Wilson.
I don't know if they look. They won the game.
Ain't nothing you can say.
They won the game. They won the game.
Yeah. Wait.
Defense was.
No. We're not finna do that. Zach Wilson beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what we're gonna say. Say it with me. Say it with me. Say it with me, please. Say it with me.
Ocho. How about this?
Zach Wilson beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
In Buffalo game, the defense created 4 turnovers.
Right.
In today's game, the defense created 4 turnovers.
Whoa.
Hold on. Against the Broncos, they created 3 turnovers.
Okay. Is that what we're doing? So no. I just heard you say not long ago, PJ Walker beat the San Francisco 49ers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I need you to say it. Say it with me, please. Don't say it with me. Don't fight me. Just say Zach Wilson beat. Just say it with me, please. Zach
Wilson played well. He didn't put the ball. But what did I tell? So let me ask you this. Now, this is the same argument I've been using against the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. What happens when they don't get 4 turnovers? What happens when they don't create short fields? Okay. Now, what have we seen? That's all I'm saying. Zach Wilson played well today.
Right.
And when you're a better team, I think from top to bottom, I think the Eagles are a better team than the Jets. But when you turn it over, either you go down to their level or you bring them up to your level. But one of the two, now you're playing on an equal field. And that's the last thing that you want to do.
Right. I like what Zach Wilson is doing. I hear what you're saying, but Zach Wilson is getting more and more comfortable week in and week out. What is being asked of Zach? Zach, we don't need you to be Aaron Rodgers.
Just don't turn it over.
We don't need you to be Patrick Mahomes. We just need you to be efficient and don't turn the ball over. Today,
correct.
It wasn't a huge game for him. 19 for 33, 186 yards, but he's outplayed 2 of the best in the game. He's outplayed Hurts, and they hadn't beat the Eagles. What? They were 0-12.
Yeah, they had never beaten the Eagles.
He'd beaten Mahomes, and he
didn't beat Mahomes.
Hurts. What?
No, he didn't beat Mahomes. They lost, but he outplayed. You said he outplayed them.
I played. Okay, my bad. My bad. My bad. That's what I was trying to go. I'm sorry.
I know you tried to go.
Sorry for mix up. My bad.
And because the Eagles turned the ball over so many times, it neutralized them stopping the Jets in the red zone. The Jets went 1 for 4 in the red zone. And I'm not so sure that last touchdown, they allowed them to score because they needed the ball back with more time on the clock.
Right.
But I'm not so sure because they didn't want them to bleed the clock and then kick a field goal and leave minimal time.
Right.
But considering, see, the thing is, anything can happen. Anything can happen. We've seen Seattle Seahawks have taught us nothing. You don't concede touchdowns in situations like that.
Right.
But I thought the Jets played well. I thought the game was about to get away from them, and they create a big turnover. And so kudos to the Jets. That defense is legit, and they did that without Sauce and some of the other key contributors on the defensive side of the football. So right now, if you had to rank, give me your top 3 teams in the NFC.
Top 3 teams in the NFC?
Yes.
Philly? No. San Francisco still.
I still got the Niners 1-2.
Let me stop playing around now because San Francisco, Philly. Is it? Can I put the Cowboys third? Shouldn't I put the Cowboys third?
But I'm gonna surprise you with my second team. I got the Lions.
Oh, I got the Lions.
I got the Lions. I got the Lions.
I'm sorry. I got the Lions third, then the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I got the Lions third, then the Cowboys.
I got 49ers, Lions, Eagles. That's my top 3 teams.
Whoa. You got the Lions second?
I got the Lions second. They've been impressive.
Very impressive.
I mean, they went on the road and beat a hot team in Tampa. Tampa was playing well. Now, I'm not saying Tampa are world beaters, but they had been playing well early in the season. So that's, you know what, Ocho, really that's all we can base it on. Now, look, it might be a situation that we look down the road and this game don't mean anything because one team is 4-13 and the other team is 5-12.
Right,
and we say, hell, that win didn't mean nothing because they were terrible anyway. But at this juncture, Tampa had been playing well.
Very well.
And they went on the road and held them to two field goals.
Yeah.
They went on the road. Kansas City did a job. Jared Goff is playing extremely well.
Yeah.
At some point in time, we might have to give Jared Goff some love for that MVP.
Yeah.
I if I'm gonna sleep on it, and if I wake up in the morning and God spare me, I'm in my right mind, God will say, hey, go on and put him in an MVP discussion. I'm gonna have to do that.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Tyreek, did you see Tyreek's celebration?
I love it. I love it. I
Do
love
you
it.
understand?
That was legendary.
Yes.
That was legendary. That's up there with one of the best ever. Easily. Yes.
The man, hold on. Check this out. Now you know the NFL is gonna find him, right?
I pay it. I don't care. I pay it.
Ocho. But you know the guy, that phone that he used?
Yeah.
He works for the NFL.
That's fine.
The NFL, hold on, check this out. The NFL had put it up on all of their platforms.
Right.
And then they deleted it. Because how you gonna find a man that y'all promoting and y'all talk about yada yada yada, but you turn around and find him? So they deleted it.
Yeah. Listen, this is an entertainment business. This is what the NFL needs to have a better understanding. Obviously, during my day, myself, T.O., Steve Smith, and some others, we were having a little too much fun. All of a sudden, then the NFL realized, wait a minute, this is good for the game. The entertainment value of the game, drawing more eyes, making it more valuable for those that are watching, allowing people to want to see and come and see the game, to see certain players like Tyreek Hill do stuff like this. What's going to happen when he scores? You never know. You never know what's going to happen. And the funny thing, this is the one thing I want to say about fines. This is one thing I want to say about fines. Tyreek made a comment, said, I don't play this game for the money. I play it for fun. And this is what the beauty of that is. And I need people to understand this. They fine you, obviously, because they feel, well, there's only one way to keep these NFL players in line, and that is take what they think we value most, and that's your money, for a game that we're supposed to play and have fun and entertain. When taking the money doesn't work, that means they have no control over you in the way you play. That is so beautiful. So beautiful that Tyreek said what he said today, and I hope he keeps on doing it.
But here's the thing, Ocho. When they want you to stop it, what they do, they make it so cost prohibitive, you have no choice but to stop. Because what they do, they'll fine you $7,500, and they say every fine that comes after that, we're going to double it. So now it goes to 15, then it goes to 30, then it goes to 60, and now you're doing a celebration that costs you $500,000. Your agent, your management team gonna say, don't do that.
You know what I think? I think the Dolphins front office should step in at that point. I think the Dolphins front office should step in at that point. Matter of fact, get to the point where Tyreek, we know what he should do. By the time I got to year 7, this is why Roger Goodell and I have such a good relationship now, because I wasn't following no rules. I was finna have me some fun. We got about year 7, and I knew I had something coming up for that game. I was mailing my check-in to the league office on Wednesday ahead of time before the game. And I know that really pissed him off. I know that pissed him off. Man, enjoy the game. Have fun, man. There's a very small window of opportunity to do what you do, and that's playing the game that you love, that you worked your ass off to get to. Obviously, to play at the pinnacle of your childhood dream. Do it just like this and have fun, man. That right there will never, ever, ever be forgotten. That is cemented. That was dope.
If you remember Joe Horn, when he went and pulled out the cell phone, first of all, I did a celebration the week before, but I didn't actually have a phone.
Right.
I caught I had a 3-touchdown game against the Chargers.
Yes, sir.
And then I went to the goalpost and picked up the phone, pretend like I was calling my granny. Like,
right.
Yeah, Granny, I got another one. Yeah, I got that 3 of them on today. And I hung the phone up.
Right.
Joe went and got an actual phone and put it down in the goalpost. He's like, I know I'm scoring this in, and just for safekeeping, and pull the phone out. The problem is, Ocho, you know what's gonna happen.
Right.
Somebody gonna order DoorDash. Somebody order Grubhub.
That's fine. That's fine.
Now you know
and listen.
I order Uber. If I was playing right now, I order me an Uber. I said, look, come through the stadium, hey, go through the barriers and come pick me up on the field. Listen, I want a black car.
Yeah, I'm extremely creative. I'm just thinking about it. If I would have scored, you know how they have the team celebrations, the team, everybody be doing stuff together. I would probably pull a fan. It would have to be fast. I would probably have a fan come down and we do something together.
Yeah,
that would be something that I would. That's dog. The celebrations are. Oh, did you see the Remember the Titans from the Bengals?
Yeah.
The Bengals did the remember the Titans thing. Oh, that it's like it's beautiful for the game. I just hope the NFL doesn't mess it up and realize what it does for the fans and people like myself. Like I played the game and I'm excited. Look how I'm talking. I'm hyped up.
You know what I'm thinking, Ocho? I wish my legs, like when I was young and was thinking about it, I had, I could have jumped up there and pulled myself up on the goalpost and I'd have been sitting up on the goalpost.
You ain't got that kind of strength.
You know what I mean? Ocho, I'd have been sitting up on the goalpost with the peace sign.
Hey, listen, you know that goalpost high as hell now.
Yeah, it is.
That goalpost high.
And with the pads on, hey, that got to be early.
Yeah.
That's got to be early.
Early in the game.
Paul technical. Now, Paul was cool. He wouldn't slap them fines on you quite like Roger would.
No, but see, Roger had to come in with an iron fist. He had to come set the tone when he first came in, and he did just that. And I said, well, you know what? We finna go at it. Yeah, we finna go at it. I'm not stopping.
Paul and Gene, I had Paul and Gene watching was a little bit more. They were like, okay.
Right. Yeah, listen.
When y'all came along with Roger, and I don't know who
and Mert Hanks. Roger and Mert Hanks. That's fine.
They came down with an iron fist.
That's fine.
Look, the Dolphins, Tyreek 814 yards in 5 in 6 games. Crazy. Dude's on the pace for like 2,500 receiving yards. I just don't know why would you bring pressure, play Tyreek in a bump position. Mm-hmm. You know the ball going up to Tyreek.
Yeah.
You know it's going up to Tyreek.
I think that was Dante. God. Right. It's slipping my mind. Well, it wasn't. Was it quarters on that play, wasn't it? Was it?
No, they brought pressure. Yeah, no.
They had no choice. The safety had to come down and
I will play off.
Get the tight end.
I will play off.
You would?
Yes.
You can't. That's not the way the defense works. You can't change up. If you bring a pressure, you gotta play up. And if you don't play up, they gonna throw it to him quick. And then what? He gonna shake you?
I was gonna try to shatter. But Ocho, here's the thing. If you open the door, flies will come in your house. He opened the door for Tyreek. Now what's the likelihood? Okay, you 3 yards in front of him. Mm-hmm. You don't get a jam on him, and you open the door. In 2 steps, he's in front of you.
It's a wrap.
Now what?
It's a wrap.
Literally in 2 steps.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's really nothing you could do. And nothing you can do. And obviously, if you're gonna play press, you got to at least try to get a hand on it.
You got to get your hands on it.
You got to. And if you're gonna strike out the band, you know what you should do? Pick a side and just be aggressive. Pick a side and be aggressive. Most of the time, he releasing outside anyway. So just listen, play half a man outside. Do something.
I can't let. If anything, Ocho, because I understand, because the general rule of thumb is that in the if you come with the blitz, mm-hmm. any kind of pressure, mm-hmm. you don't want to let him inside because mm-hmm. that's an easier throw.
But that's not fair. You got to change the rule based on him. Tyreek is special. He's in the category of his own. He's in the category of his own, especially when it comes to man-to-man or anything of that nature. And if you play off, it's a pick your poison situation, because if you bring a pressure and you play off, he gonna catch something short. Listen, take one move. He out the gate. And he gone. And if you press, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
When I remember earlier this year, I said Tyreek Hill is the most dangerous player, regardless of position. Right. I'm talking about offensive player. I'm talking about linebacker. I'm talking about mm-hmm. nobody strikes fear like this man. Mm-mm. Because like you said, he can take a 5-yard route. There are very few wide receivers that can take a 5-yard route and turn into an 80-yard spectacular. Or as we say, hit his head on the goalpost.
Yeah.
He can do it.
Yeah.
He can do it.
From anywhere on the field. Anywhere. The most dangerous, and that's including Aaron Donald. That's including Patrick Mahomes.
T.J. Watt, Michael Parsons,
Fred Warner,
Fred Warner, Bobby. Who you name somebody? Nobody strikes more fear than this guy.
This is one of the reasons when they always ask me, "Well, name your top 5 receivers." He's in a category of his own. He's his own entity. He's his own special player. Yeah. He just something else. Like when they talk about me, you know how they talk about Messi. All right, I'm not trying to say he's Messi. For those that are watching, I'm just giving you an analogy. Messi that's God-given. Like there's nothing that will never be anything like that. When I talk about Tyreek Hill, I put him in the conversation with Messi, as in you see some of the stuff he does on the field. It's like That's God given. Obviously, with
Oh,
the
yeah.
work that he's also put in.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, because he turned
crazy.
When he first got into the league, Ocho, he was a gadget guy. He was mainly a punt kick returner. They bring him in on third down, they flip it to him. But he put time in. He taught himself how to run the route tree. He's extremely dangerous because he can run every route on the tree.
Everything.
And with that kind of speed, we've never seen a guy. He has track speed, but he's built like a football player. Most guys that have track speed, they built like track. They're frail. I don't know how many people have actually seen Tyreek in person, but if you see him, he's compact. He's 190, 195, and he's solid. He's solid as F.
Yeah.
So he's not like a typical like James Jett and Willie Gaul, all those guys, and Sam Grady. And I know I'm going back to guys, but guys that normally that can run like he can run, they were frailly built.
Right.
He's explode. Any guy that can that can stand flat footed and turn a backflip is explosive. That lets you know, Ocho. See, that's what you see guys vertical jump and broad jump. That's explosive power.
Yeah.
You see the way he moves. I've never seen a guy eat up a cushion like he can.
And you know the funny thing about it is not only is he explosive, not only is he fast, but he's right now fast. There's a difference. There are people that are fast, but they get going. Like
no. He right now. He instant speed.
Right. I mean, now.
Some guys have to build up. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And he right now fast out the gate. And
see, he's that type of guy. Most people run as fast as they can. He run fast as he want to. See, he got that kind of speed. I run fast as I want to. Oh, you can't do anything with him.
Right.
But it's I mean, to watch him and to see what he's become is just unbelievable. And he's from the crib. He's from Georgia, Coffee County. I got to throw that in there. You know, I always support the guys from the crib. So, big takeaway. Let's get to your Bengals. I don't know Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll like, you know what? I don't want y'all. I want y'all to. He's like, I don't want y'all to forget that I made the biggest bonehead, dumbest play in the 104, 105-year history. He said, what I'm gonna do a couple of other ones. Yeah. Ocho, why would you not take the field goal? Your defense has basically stymied the Bengals for the entire second half. I'm talking about shut them down.
Yeah.
Why not take the field goal? You got the 2-minute warnings and 2 timeouts. They go for it on fourth down. They don't get it. They 3 and out them. They punt the ball. Now, instead of needing a field goal to go down and win the game, you need a touchdown.
Yeah.
I just want to know what Pete Carroll was thinking. And Gino, bro, can you stop retreating? I mean, every time pressure comes, you run back up. Bro, can you stop that? Sometimes just throw the ball away. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, you got to get outside the tackle box, so you can't just throw it away now because you're gonna get intentional grounding. But again, I'm not a coach. I'm not Pete Carroll. I'm not sure what the logic is in those situations like that. Obviously, it's clear for us to see sitting at home watching from TV as opposed to what it is for them. I'm sure Pete Carroll has advisors, especially on the situation and understanding what's going on and knowing that, you know, if I kick a field goal now, I won't need a touchdown on the back end when we get them to 3 and out. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know where the thought process is and why he did what he did.
Where are the analytics guys? Where are the analytics guys when they need them? Where are the nerdy guys that couldn't? Where are the nerdy people? Because I don't want to leave anybody out. People, because they might be some women, they might be guys. So where are the nerdy people when you need them? That couldn't play the sport that says, you know what, I want to be involved in the sport. So let me tell you, if you go for it on 4th and 3, there's a 46% chance that you'll win the game. Yeah, and there's a 100% chance you're gonna lose if you don't get it.
Right.
Yeah. So I just want to know where are the people that are in his ear that's telling us that, Pete, we kicked the field goal. We're still 2 minutes. We're outside the 2 minutes, and we have 2 timeouts. Where are those people?
I have no idea. Do head coaches have advisors, right?
Yes.
They have people in the mic. Yes. They have the eye in the sky up there.
Yes. But telling you the challenge you should challenge that. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the head coach making the call on what he wants his offense to do. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the Seahawks played tremendous football. I tweeted out earlier that they played extremely well. That goddamn secondary, Devin Witherspoon.
Oh, no, we don't do that. Oh, you try to gloss over that. And you lost them 25 units.
Hey,
you remember we had that bet? Me and you had that bet.
Yeah, we had a bet, and you know what? I don't mind losing it. I don't mind. I took my glasses off for a reason because I know them boys gonna see this, man. Y'all young bulls out there, man. Seattle, man. I take my glasses off, man. I salute you. They played a hell of a game, like for real. I don't even mind losing.
What did I tell you about Spoon? What did they tell you about Spoon?
Hey, them boys played a hell of a game, like real shit. And I'm cursing too, and I'm saved. They played a hell of a game, man.
You say what? Damn. They did, and the coach trying to be a hero, trying to say because you guess what they say? I got confidence in my defense.
Yeah.
Well, I got confidence in my offense. That's what they always give you. I know this team. I look them in the eye. I know how we practice. Yeah, they looking at you like, coach, stay your ass out the way and let us win this ball game. That's why they looking at you when you standing up there and you go out to the press conference and you try to impress the media members. I look those guys in the eye every single day. I know what they're made of. They say, yeah, we know what you made of too, some bull jive.
But now, you should say he look him in the what? In the eye?
Yeah. He go out there and talk about, I look those guys in the eye every single day. And they would tell you, I'll do it again. No, you wouldn't. Before I continue, I want to thank everybody tonight that's watching tonight. Please hit the button below and subscribe. And I promise you this, we're going to get my Wi-Fi. There's a little lag, but we're going to have that fixed by tomorrow. So when we come to you tomorrow night after the Cowboys Chargers game, we'll have that ready. Colorado Stanford.
Yeah.
Colorado jumps out to a big lead, 29-0.
29-0.
And what happened?
Second half, obviously it was up 29-0. Second half, you got to keep your foot on the gas. Not only do you have to keep your foot on the gas, the penalties were a killer. It was also a killer. Obviously, not being able to stop the offense in the second half as well.
Oh, man, that number 13. That number 13. Who was 13 name?
Alec Ayanamor. Wait, Ayo Manor. Did I say it right?
I don't know what you said. All I know is he had a pot and he was cooking everybody's ass. He had a pot out there on the field and he was cooking everybody's ass.
Alec Ayamener. He had 13.
Said, you get some. He said, I'm going to stir fry you. I'm going to grill you. I'm going to oven roast you. I'm going to fry you. He was getting everybody that work.
Listen, I didn't know anything about him until I was able to watch that game. He had 13 catches for 295 yards and 3 TDs. Mm-hmm. If we didn't know about him then, we know about him now.
Hey.
We know about him now. He put himself on the map.
Ocho.
He put himself on the map that night.
Ocho. And I'm probably going to catch some flack from there.
Don't do it. Think about it first before you say it.
I am.
Think about it first.
That's discipline. Penalties are discipline.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I know what coach says publicly, and I know what he says privately because I've had this conversation with him. We went to the hall together in 2011.
Yes, sir.
Me and that man talked up until probably he got to Colorado. We would talk sometimes 2-3 times a week. Mm-hmm. So I know what he's trying to get done. But right now, Colorado is a very undisciplined football team. And it's hard to overcome those type of mistakes. Mm-hmm. It's hard. You've got to get out of your own way. And right now, they're not getting out of their own way.
Right.
And that's frustrating. 29 points?
Right.
Forget the defense. I don't care about the defense. Because guess what? When they score 7, guess what? They kick the ball off to you. You can go back down the field and score also.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got to do a better job. They've got to fix that. And Coach Prime get up after every press conference and he say penalties. Mm-hmm. Now, something is getting lost in translation. Either the message that you're getting is not being received, or how you're delivering the message isn't being received. But there's a disconnect somewhere because you can't keep having double-digit penalties and expect to win these games.
Right. I don't think there's a disconnect. I think the moments like this are new for these kids. The situations that they're in, the lights, the program, the newfound stardom or whatever it may be. At times, you have to find a happy medium of calmness and relaxing. I call it being in a situation like this when you're in a game of that magnitude. I call it being quick but not in a hurry. When you're quick and not in a hurry, you don't make mistakes. You don't make those kind of mistakes that they're making. And I'm talking about from an individual position. For me, playing receiver, I really can't speak for anybody else. I think about Shador. Shador had a very, very good game.
He made two mistakes. He made two mistakes. Well,
he only had one turnover.
He
only had one turnover.
But here's the thing: if he makes that throw, he has Travis wide open on 3rd and 6. He makes that throw. That's a first down. They kill the clock. Right. And then he has to realize in sudden death, you can't throw the ball up because now you prevent your team from getting an opportunity at 3.
Right.
I'm going to make them I'm going to make them score a touchdown to beat me and not kick a field goal.
Right.
So that's the one thing. Like I said, the one throw he played phenomenal up until that 3rd down throw. He missed him. He just missed him. And then the heave. You have to understand. Okay, this is sudden death. This is different than the 3rd quarter. This is different than the 4th quarter. Now, because sudden death, this is our possession. If we don't get points out of this, they get points, they win. So that's something I'm sure Coach would talk to him about, not just as a coach, but as a father and a son. Because on the field, I'm talking to you as a father, as a son, as a player, but at home, this is what I want you to understand. And I'm sure he'll probably call Tom, and Tom Brady will tell him the same thing because they text, they speak frequently. And those are some of the things that he's going to have to know. Also this, Travis Hunter playing too many snaps.
You think so?
The guy was out. Ocho, the guy was out for a month. You're going to have him out for a month and bring him back and play him over 100 snaps? Did you see? And it impacted him on both sides of the football.
Let me see. He was out a month. That's hard to say. That's hard to say.
Ocho, think about it, Ocho. Let me ask you a question. I understand he's talented, but if you burn him too much, he hasn't been in game competition in a month.
It's easy for us to say on the outside. It's easier for us to say on the outside that he's playing too many snaps. I think he knows
100 snaps and you haven't played in a month.
What was he doing before? Before that, he was playing. He had a high volume.
He was playing in the game. Ocho, think about it now. You playing in the game, so you play it every week. You know, I don't know. Have you ever missed it? Have you missed any games during the season?
No, sir.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
when
sir.
you come out of the preseason, that first game was the Dickens, wasn't it? Even though you have been practicing, you have been doing all that. So imagine, now think about it. You've been practicing. So imagine taking a month off. And you say, how many plays are there in a game? 60, 70?
60, 70.
Okay, I'm going to add 45 to 50 to that workload. Now tell me how you going to feel.
Damn, it's oh man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because I think
playing 2 minutes left. Watch the Ocho. They was hunting him. They was hunting him on the defensive side. Ocho, he's your best cover guy, and they're hunting him.
Right?
Why? Because the legs. You're playing. Hold on, Ocho. And this is where you gonna say, okay, you're right. They're playing him 100+ snaps at altitude. That's not Miami. That's Denver, Colorado, where they send you to go train. The Olympic training facility is in Colorado.
Right.
They send you to go there because the oxygen.
I have a question. Are we panicking a little bit too fast?
No,
are we panicking a little bit tight? Because listen,
Ocho.
wait, stay with me. He was playing a high volume of snaps before and was playing well on both sides of the ball. When he picked off the ball against
TCU,
when he picked off the ball against TCU, he was playing the same number of snaps. So how about just this game? The person playing in front of him just got the better of him this one time. What if it's just that? What if he comes back next week and is right back and put in those same situations and picks the ball off or scores on the offense end?
But see, think about what you're saying. If he come back with next week, that means he had a week up under his belt. But let me ask you a question. When he picked that ball up at TCU, was he coming off an injury and missing a month of the season?
You're right. You're right. But then I'm just thinking like when I was a shorty, when I was that age, about how we run all day, You know what I'm talking about. But we run all day, and it's football. It's still fun, so we don't even see it as a workload. We see it as this is what we do. This is what I do. Both sides of the ball.
Think about it. Even Charles Woodson, that won the Heisman, didn't play this many snaps,
right?
And he won the Heisman doing it.
Remember, this is a different dynamic, different team. This is different. That's Michigan now.
Like I said, Champ Bailey,
Georgia. Yeah.
Colorado has 17 penalties for 127 yards. Several of those penalties kept drives alive, and they had 4 illegal substitutions. You can't play with 12. I'm trying to figure the sport that you can have 12 men on the field. I think soccer you could have, baseball you could have 9. How many is on soccer?
None but 11.
11? Okay, football 11. So what sport can you have 12 men? Volleyball you can't have 12. So I'm trying to figure the sport. So why the hell y'all keep trotting out an extra man?
I think small errors. 4
times, Ocho. Ocho.
Ocho.
If you rear end somebody 4 times, you can't drive. Damn it. One time I understand. When you run in the back of somebody 4 different occasions, you can't drive, bro.
Right. You're right. But listen, first year. That's all I can say. First year. What we expected out of Colorado, with everybody doubting them, and where they are and what they're doing, man, listen, I got nothing but high praise and props for not just Prime, but for everything they're doing right now.
I wanted them to win that game. Year. Ocho, I want them to win that game because I want them to get the 6 wins so they can go bowling.
Right. Oh,
I want them to go bowling.
Okay, you're right.
That's what I want them to win. Look, you got to cut, like you said. You've got to cut down on the mistakes.
Right.
You can't have that. Yes, Coach Prime. He said it before. He came on First Take and said that. He said, "I need 7, 8 more dogs." He probably need 3. He probably need 3 or 4 of those dogs on the D line. He probably needs 3 on the offense, 3 or 4 on the offensive line. And then he's gonna be a
that. It's a wrap
because he got the skill players. The skill players, especially on the offensive side, can make plays. There's some guys going to have to understand situation and angles to play because, look, you can't give up a 97-yard touchdown. You can't. You can't give up a 60-yard touchdown where the guy catches the ball on one side and breaks it all the way back across the other side and score a touchdown. You can't have that. But the penalties, 17 penalties get you beat.
Yeah.
They'll get you beat. But it was a great game, 46-43, double overtime.
I enjoyed it. Like if every game was like that, every collegiate game was like that, it'd be that much better. As opposed to team just blowing everybody out each week, especially the top dogs.
Yeah, even we saw what happened with SC and their terrible defense. Yeah. You know what, Ocho? I know you saw the game, DK, and I've talked to DK publicly, and I've talked to him privately.
DK,
bro, you got to stop that unnecessary stuff, bro. I mean, by shoving the guy in his face mask,
trying to intimidate him. That's all.
You caught yourself 15. You caught yourself 15 yards.
Maybe he thought the ref wasn't looking. You think so?
Man, Ocho, remember I tell you how you in the wide open? You can't do. You got to do stuff in a pile. You got to do stuff in a confined, congested area.
Right.
Now you can get away. But if you right there, the DB right there, and you shove the man with both hands or one hand in his face, they're gonna throw a flag every time.
Yeah, I wonder if Britt said something to him to get him riled up like that.
Hey, all that talking. See. It used to, but you know, Ocho, in the course of a game, I can get your ass back and make it look like a play. I get you back. Make it look like a play.
Yeah, the funny thing about it, if Britt really got in his head to once they get in your head like that mentally, and it causes you to react like that,
everybody gonna do it.
Yeah, you lost the war.
Because guess what? Everybody else like, hey man, hey, you know what? I'm gonna say something to him.
Get him out of his game.
Because that's like the second or third time that's happened. So clearly that's a problem. Bro, you too good. Go score on him. Go score on him and say, nah, see, every time you keep running your mouth, this is what I'm going to do to you.
Right.
But,
oh, man.
But DK said after the game, he didn't hear the whistle blowing, the play dead, so he continued to block the guy.
Hey, I love
DK,
DK.
you my dog
Yeah,
nephew.
DK shout out.
Hey, you know it was kind of loud out there. So that
No, say he ain't hit a whistle.
Yeah, he said he hit a whistle. Say, hey.
I like it. I like it. I love it.
Thank you guys for watching. Please click that subscribe button to make sure you get the alerts and notifications that every time Nightcap is on. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 85, Chad Ochocinco Johnson. We'll be back here tomorrow night after the Dallas Cowboys, Los Angeles Chargers. We're out.
Call me if you need me. My number's still the same. All right,